Welcome to another episode. That's dope. My name is Godswill Ugwa, and I have honestly like one of the most special guests I've had on the podcast. I say this for everyone's special guest, but no, this is like one I'm like geeking out the most for. Like, you don't have a clue. His name is Ace Vane. He is literally one of my favorite comedians and like just entertainers like on the internet right now, like all over. And like I've been geeking out like for this interview for a long time. I'm trying to contain myself, so I don't scare him off. But like it's such an honor to have Ace Vane on the podcast because this is a guy that like I have enjoyed his content for ever since I first found out about it. I think like last year. And I remember like seeing like a Stack Shock video, with his dad and his sister, and I was hooked. And ever since then, like I've just been cracking up. I've had times where I've almost passed out laughing so much, and I'm so excited to have Ace Vane on the podcast. Thank you so much for being on. There's so many questions. So many questions I have. First off, like, how are you doing? Like, how's your time going during this quarantine, pandemic, all that?
It's going okay, man. Like I just try to use the best of the opportunity. Try to make something out of nothing. So like I don't ever allow myself to be bored. I always got to find something to do to be productive. Yeah, man.
I don't get how people be bored, honestly. Like, like you have your videos to watch, like it doesn't make sense to me. But, I really do like that work ethic that you got going on. Like, I wish that like more people had that. You just keep cranking out videos, cranking out music, actually. You're doing tons of live streams. What else is going on in your world? Like, and also, how do you manage your time so well?
I actually don't manage my time well. I'm trying to learn how to, but I just always just I end up working off more of when I'm inspired versus a schedule. I try to work on the schedule because I know I could be more efficient when I do try to get those two things to align accurately. Mm-hmm. But it's really no method to the madness. It's all chaos with everything. So like I just know I got to get certain stuff done by a certain time, and I just try to crank it out that way.
Man,
so
dude. You've been doing it though. Like I've been watching the whole quarantine special. In fact, I've rewatched that multiple times. And then what else? This whole Spider-Man. Look, I got the shirt on. The Spider-Man. I haven't seen a new episode, but I watched 1 through 15. Loved it. Like I'm always wondering, like, how do you think of these things? Like you have the standard cartoon there, and then you make it something that is just so totally different, but feels like it can fit. How do you do that?
Man, it's a plethora of different ways I get inspired. But as far as just like sometimes I just cut stuff on and I just go. And then sometimes I might outline stuff in my head through osmosis for a little while, and then I don't even know what I'm about to say. Actually, I never know what I'm about to really say when I start. To be honest,
wow.
I probably kind of know where I might want to go, but I never have anything drawn out because I don't write any of those skits or anything. I just record them and then just put them out, or edit them and then put them out and see how it went. So
that's what's up. That's such a crazy thing because like these cartoons, like I've had to stop multiple times or rewatch it because like it's just so layered with jokes and just like I'm just like hold up, like I like there's been multiple times where I'm laughing so hard and I missed the next joke and I'm like, oh my god, like what is happening? And like I've always wondered like how do you get that going, like where you just like layer in the jokes like that, and just sort of like you just come up with that on the spot like that.
Yeah, it's just coming up with stuff on the spot, and I think that's the best way to do it. It's organic, and you can deliver it differently. It's not like you think about it, but you don't overthink it. And I think sometimes that's how you get the genuine, how it comes across kind of genuine instead of just like too rehearsed or you trying to sound like perfect or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of the stutters and stuff in it because that it kind of makes stuff more awkward. Like because it's like layers of humor. It's got the cringe humor, you got the the regular humor. You got like I just want to layer it to where you don't have a point to it. I'm happy you have that. It has that effect because I don't want it to have a point to where you're not laughing because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like you're if you're doing comedy and the same thing with music. If you're doing this stuff, you need to be doing it to where you don't have a break on the entertainment. I shouldn't have to do a long setup to get to a joke. I shouldn't have to do a uh, long behind verse just to say one good punchline or
Yeah.
like it need to be layered. It need to be back to back to back to where you have to rewind it. That's how I feel about it. So that's how I try to approach it.
I love it. Like, I mean, because
Yeah.
like seriously, like this is what has made me like made you my favorite really because it's just like I think other people are funny, but I've
Yeah.
never like really seen like humor to like this level, you know, like and it just it cracks me up. Like most videos crack me up. Like what's your favorite video that you've done or at least in like in recent memory?
I don't know if I have a favorite. It's stuff that I like doing more, but it kind of go in and out. Like, so that's why you'll see me like right now. Everybody think I'm not doing quarantine anymore,
Mm,
but I'm still gonna do those amongst other things because I got some other stuff I'm about to roll out. But and that's kind of based on current events too.
mm-hmm.
So I always try to like keep what's going on involved versus just trying to make one to make one.
Mm-hmm.
But like it really depends on how I'm feeling that day. Like one day I might feel like, oh yeah, I feel like making this kind of episode, and then some days I might feel like, oh, I want to do this instead, or I might just do something brand new. It really, like I said, it's all driven off inspiration. I really don't know what my favorite episode is. It'd be funny because sometimes my least favorite though end up being one of the most popular. So that's
Really?
how yeah, so like sometimes like I do it, I'll be like, I don't know if that one was that funny, but that'll be everybody's favorite one. And I'd be
Wow.
like, oh, okay, cool. So I just trust my gut and just put stuff out. Like I don't even try to second guess it no more.
Yeah. It just like somebody will find it humor.
Everybody, yeah, somebody gonna like it. Like it's you don't know what people gonna like for real. So I
That's
can't
true.
I can't try to predict nothing.
That's true, right? Yeah, that's dope though. Like you just sort of put it all out there, and I'm
Yeah,
right now. I'm
yeah.
even thinking, I was like, what could be like your least favorite one now? You know, sort of looking at numbers, right? But like how long you been doing this for, by the way?
Well, the voiceovers I've been doing I would say since probably like 2012, 2013.
Wow.
And it started on Vine. I was just goofing off with my little brother and I was just playing on Vine and I recorded one. And then I actually started with the Ninja Turtles, but at the same I did it with the cartoon. At the same time, another artist or gentleman, Israel 85, his came on like the World Star, like at the
Oh,
same exact time, with the Nigga Turtles movie.
yes. Oh, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
and those are fucking hilarious. But
Mm-hmm.
since the humor was so close, and I actually called my Nigga Turtles. Well, like it's like right at the same time. Like I'll probably find the vines, but I said I'm not gonna keep doing that because I don't want it to seem like I'm like biting what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
fell back off the Ninja Turtles. Then I went to the Batman animated series,
Oh.
and then I started doing those. It was around the same time, probably a little bit after that. And
Mm-hmm.
then no, it just really was all for marketing because I saw that everybody likes to laugh. So
True.
like I was just trying to draw people to my platform so I can show them other stuff I can do as well. And if people find that other stuff entertaining, they could go partake in that. And if they don't, they can. And if they just here for this specific thing, they could be here for that specific thing. It doesn't bother me either way.
Wow, like it's true Zen. Like it's just monk mode right there. Like where it's like find your peace wherever
Yeah,
you can, right? Like what
exactly.
other things do you do, by the way? Like I found out that you do music, and actually I've been really liking the music you've been putting out. But
I
what else do
appreciate
you
it.
do?
Well, the I came into my main hub was music. I've written for artists that are out. I produce for artists that are out. And I mean, really, that's where everything kind of stemmed from. And it's all I mean, like right now, I've branched off into this realm of entertainment. So now I'm learning more of the developing stuff side, like
Mm,
uh, writing and actually putting stuff together to to hand off to studios and production companies for like pilots. I'm learning a lot about that part now. So it's
Okay.
that's cool, and I mean it's a lot more opportunity. I mean, it's opportunity everywhere, but I really I like this side of stuff. And you know what I'm saying? The music always gonna be a passion of mine, so I'm always gonna do it regardless. But this side of it is it's just like it's still like passionate. I just like creating, so it's always gonna be fun. So like it's just taking the energy and putting it in different realms. Like it's but right now it's just mainly um this the comedy writing and trying to develop these shows that I'm trying to get on, and music right
Man,
now
that's a ton of
basically.
stuff. I mean, staying
Yeah.
real busy during this time. I like it though. Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I see you like you're a powerhouse. Like, you just put out like a song and like a video at the same day, and I was like, yo, like this is some crazy stuff. But like, I really do like it, you know. Um, and then I guess like
Appreciate it.
same thing with the music too, right? Like, I guess you don't really have like a favorite song, right? Because like it's you just sort of put it out there, right? Or do you have a favorite song that you made so far?
Um, it's always gonna be the most recent song, and then it's kind of like you gonna be proud of because of all the excitement into working onto that particular one, and then but after you know listen to it 3,000 times, and then
Yeah.
you take a break from it, then you'll go back and be like you get to revisit like your older work and be like, oh, this is still really good, like and like I got other music under it's under another name like because I used to be in a group,
Oh.
but it's so like I revisit that music sometimes too, and I'll be like, hey, this is still really good too. So like it really just like my favorite song always is gonna be the one I ain't written yet though. So it's I ain't never I ain't never really too stuck on one thing. So I'm
Uh-huh.
always like even when I'm recording, like I'm always thinking about the future, like what I can do next. Even when I'm recording something, I'm video or music or writing a project, I'm always thinking about the next thing, which I try to focus and harness all my energy into that. But I'm always excited about what I can do next.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Like it makes me think of like that sort of Matthew McConaughey like Oscar speech he gave. Like I just watched it last night, like where he said like his heroes like him in 5 or 10 years, right? And it, it was like,
All
oh
right.
yeah. And then like here
Go
here
ahead.
it sounds like you're sort of doing the same thing too, you know, like where you just always like focus like on how to make like that ideal, right? And like just sort of trying to get to
Yeah.
that. Yeah. That's impressive. That's a true artist right there. I like that.
Hey, appreciate
Man,
it,
like I'm
man.
trying to like just sort of bring this for my own life right now. I'm like, oh, I never even,
Oh yeah.
I think I have favorites. I feel like I have favorite kids in the future too, but we'll see, right? But yeah, like one thing, I have been wondering, like, how come you do like these Justice League heroes, you know, like in these cartoons? Like,
Hmm.
I love that, like you got like this old school content, like the old Super Friends, and then you got the Justice League and Stag Shock, and it's sort and like even Disney movies, and then you somehow make it into something that's totally different, and like I love it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like the new story to me now. I don't need like what the old Justice League story was. How come these cartoons?
Well, it's I really just pull off stuff that I grew up on in my childhood. So like I it's the stuff that I know the most about, and also sometimes it just be who has the most stuff or content themselves, like a flip for internet purposes. But it mostly is just because it's the stuff I grew up on, and I always try to like flip it to a new story because I mean like it doesn't make sense for me to get something and do it the same way as they already have or any like similar. I try to like stay. I really try to stay far away as far as away from the original. Well, not all the way, but like I don't
Hmm.
try to go too hard with the source material. I try to stay true to the actual characters to an extent, but it's still my version of it. So like that's why I always try to. That's why I think help separate me from any like other British series. I don't really like get stuck on what or would this character really do this or not because it really don't matter because it's, it's not that story. So it's really gonna be whatever is gonna be the absolute funniest at the end of the day. Whatever I have the most fun doing is what's gonna happen.
I love
Like
that.
and it just be random stuff I get inspired. Like one day when I did the Rocky and Bullwinkle, that was just a thought I had when I was waking up in the morning. I said that'd be funny as hell to flip that shit.
Oh my
And
God.
I had some ideas about some other stuff too. So like, yeah, it just be funny stuff.
Like I gotta say, like episode 4, Rocky and Bullwinkle, like I think that might be like my favorite. I'm not sure like favorite overall, but that one for sure. Like I was like, I gotta sit down. Like it's like I'm laughing too hard with this one. Oh my God. I mean, like yeah, that was the one with the like if they have arms, if they have hands, they have
Yeah, oh
arms.
yeah. If they have arms, they have. If they they have hands, they
Oh,
have arms. Yeah.
I was dying the whole episode. Like I was like, this is brilliant. I don't know how you thought of this. Like, and like one thing I love about like all of like your multi-episode things, they just keep getting funnier and funnier. Like where like I
Yeah.
almost want to send like the newest episode to like someone who hadn't seen the other episodes, but I'm like, you gotta stick it out. You know, you gotta watch episode 1 of Spider-Man, so where you can really enjoy
Mhm.
episode 16. You know, like
Exactly.
or episode 1 of
Exactly.
Quarantine, so that way like yeah you can like really enjoy like episode 15. Oh my God,
Exactly.
like when you build like these sort of like these multi episodic episodes, like is it still just sort of same thing, like where it's just like let's just see like how this goes, or like it's just sort of random
Yeah.
to you? Wow.
Nah,
Oh,
it always starts off random. Like the first episode is always gonna be random, and then the rest of it is gonna be still it's gonna be a big dash of random. That's gonna be in the recipe, but it's still I try to still keep it in the realm of the world that's already built around it. So if I build my own boundaries, it's different from being around like contained in the box that's already existing. So like
yeah.
I build my own things like, okay, well, this is like, and this is just for like, if I want to call back to a joke, or if I want to keep an ongoing joke going, like let's say in quarantine, the Nightwing character has been sick the whole time and he's probably gonna stay sick for the rest of it. So it's just funny because like you every time you see him, he's coughing, but you don't understand that joke unless you saw the very first one.
Episode 1 with
So
the
like
ice and all.
exactly. So like that's I always try to like it's really just so I can keep like stay true to either one big ass joke or like just build off of something else I already said. So have what they call it callback or whatever.
Mm,
So
okay.
that's really what does me. But it always started off random.
Wow.
So
That's awesome though. I mean, like, 'cause these really genuinely are like some of my favorite bits. Like I have to prepare myself whenever I see a video of yours. Like, okay, hold up. You know, like
really,
I gotta make sure I'm not doing anything, not gonna do any physical activity for a second, you know, so I can like really enjoy this thing.
you got
And
shut down today.
exactly. I'm just like, okay, hold up. No meetings. Okay, let's just, make sure I'm in a safe place. All right, cool. Then I can laugh. Because I mean, like these videos, like either like it's like 30 seconds or it's 5 minutes. Like I really do like, I mean, I will even watch a compilation video and then I started it over again. And I was like, this is
Wow.
great. I'm surprised. And I guess like one thing, I don't even know what to ask. I just want to geek out to you and just be like, "Oh my God, you remember that episode, right?" but, but man, yeah, because I guess I just been wanting to like also just sort of personally be like, man, your videos like have honestly saved me during this season. You know, like it's been like a tough season, but like seeing your videos like have like been like bright spots every time they come out, and even like just so much like the quotes you do, like the activism, the music, these
Yeah.
videos, just whatever, like seeing like your Twitter conversations. I like how you use like all these different mediums like really well. Like what's your main medium? Like is it Instagram or is it like I see you more on Twitter now? Is it YouTube? Like what would you say is your main?
Well, it's I think everything really like Instagram is probably where you go find me most active. Twitter, I try to be active on there as much as possible, and I'm getting more active on YouTube because I'm seeing it's I'm and also I'm on I'm on some Facebook as well. I got
Mm,
a page on there,
mm-hmm.
but I try to keep because I see some people are on each medium, but I do see that they separate some. So I try to keep everybody engaged to a point. So like it's I try to be on everything, but you probably 10 times out of 9 can find me on IG easiest. So,
Makes sense. I mean, like that's where
yeah.
like it feels like the hub for real, but like
Yeah, that's where everything kind of like really started growing the most. So I always like I always trust I always use that as a barometer on everything else. So
I
like
get you.
it's it definitely IG is where most of the time I probably put out my put something out first. It's either gonna be IG or YouTube if I put something
Okay.
out
Okay.
first.
Cool, cool,
Um,
cool.
but yeah, that IG is where I'm always at, usually at, where you find me easiest.
Gotcha. That makes sense. And that's good. Like, I mean, I've been like really digging like your profile a lot, like it's been good for like the tough times, that have happened, like the Chadwick Boseman or, like the unfortunate slayings of the innocent black men, like or,
Yeah,
just like whatever situation, like the versus situations, like it feels like a really good time to like just sort of think of like the funny times during the versus moments.
yeah.
Um Man, like, like I
Yeah,
really
I
do
try to use
appreciate.
it to where like I think like especially in this kind of time, like I try to use it because I can understand how a lot of the world itself can be kind of like gloomy and stuff, and like
Mhm.
especially in man, it's just probably the craziest year for everybody. Everybody's had in their entire lives, no matter what side you believe in on,
Yeah,
like this is a crazy ass time.
right?
So I mean, my coping mechanism with a lot of stuff usually would be like with friends and family. So like
Mhm.
especially when you online, like I felt like you get a community. You got y'all if you operate like, hey, we all friends and we all just goofing off and looking at stuff together, then it helps a lot of people.
I
You know
like
what
that.
I'm saying? But
I
yeah,
like that because it
so
does
that's
feel like a community, like, especially,
yes,
like, whenever I go into the comments and is everyone just sort of cracking up, and I'm just like, "Yeah, like, you thought that was funny too," and it really does feel like
yeah.
we're sort of more into this together around your videos, and it really like, especially, like, when you use your videos to, like, even talk about, like, current events, like the quarantine. I remember,
Mhm.
like, hearing, like, up to date or even before that, I remember, like, the World War III video, um
Yeah.
with Superman and Lex, and that one killed me, like, because it happened like just as like we're talking about maybe going to World War III or like going to draft, and then this
Mhm.
video like like had everything that we felt, like whereas like, are you
Yeah.
going to draft too? And it it blew me away like how fast like you had that turnaround. I was like, yo, this we just started talking about this, and here we have like a feature length type of thing already.
Yeah.
And, like, how long does it take you to like make a video actually?
Man, those kind of videos, like if they're just a minute, it don't take that long at all. It take probably like I would say probably 20, 30 minutes if I like for that kind
Wow.
of a video.
Wow.
Like for a longer video, I mean, it really just depends on what I'm trying to do. If I'm just, it's just like a scene where people are talking, then it's not gonna take that long at all. And because if because it's just really just getting the everything to match up as much as I can. And if it is something like to where it's got like a lot of action or something, or if I'm just like it really ain't no telling because it could be it, I can't really explain it. Like I said, it's chaos. So it could be like it could take anywhere. I would say from 20 minutes to sometimes it really just depends on what I'm doing up to 3 hours, and that's
Wow.
that's probably
I mean, that's still
yeah
like cranking out real quick for sure. I mean, because I mean, like, there's multiple voices, multiple scenes, just multiple
yeah.
like jokes are happening, and it's crazy that you can do it. I guess it's like it's just so automatic for you because you've been doing it since 2012, right? It's
Yeah,
dope.
and really, it's just me like in real life. Like I'm always saying like crazy shit and talking, and but it's just like I never had like and this is just growing up, and we used to roast each other constantly. It was just like it's just really just me putting my stuff in a different, I guess, using it in a different vessel, and
Mhm.
and really just like exposing more of myself and really like we don't realize when we roasting each other and when we having crazy ass conversations and building scenarios in my head like what if this shit happened, we're writing the whole time, like everybody's always writing, so like it's just I mean most people, especially like people who are funny and like you joke with your friends, y'all are writing when y'all doing that, like
Wow.
that's a real, that's like being in the, that's the same thing as a writer's room.
Dang.
That's the approach I take from it.
I
So
guess I never thought about that, but I mean, it makes a ton of sense. This is a master
yeah.
class right here. I feel like I'm getting a master class on writing funny skits
Nah,
right
ain't no
here.
master.
This is
Yeah.
dope. I'm maybe I have to start writing after this because I'm just like I never really thought about the perspective of this. Where'd you grow up at, by the way?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Florida. Oh, okay, Florida man
Yeah.
right here.
Florida
Right
man is
on.
a white guy.
Oh yeah,
Bro,
you
that
right.
shit.
Although at this point, I don't
That's
even know
not-
anymore. It just like because at first I was like, yeah, it's a white
shit, I
guy, but
don't know.
then I just keep seeing crazy shit that keeps coming out of Florida, like just constantly, and I'm like,
Nah,
might be all y'all.
yeah, Florida crazy as hell.
Man,
Yeah, and I don't know. It's crazy there for real. Like, and yeah, it's Jacksonville alone is crazy. So I can't speak for it. Ain't like Jacksonville.
right? Like I was like, I don't know. This seems like a real crazy place to me. Don't get me wrong. You channeled your craziness, I guess, like into like the best way, right? This is
Yeah,
great though.
or I didn't get a call and put on national news. Luckily.
Yeah. No, yeah, right. Although hopefully, like you're on the
Florida
way to
man
like
moment.
national news, like but in the better way, though, right?
You catch me later on doing some crazy shit, and then you be
Crazy.
like, "You from Florida? It makes sense."
All makes sense, bro. Anytime I hear anything from Florida, like especially like just that south, like I'm like, because I'm from Texas, so it's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you from the other side of the South?
Yeah,
That's funny.
exactly. If I hear about the other side of the South, I'm like, those niggas going crazy again. I don't know about them.
Yeah.
And then now I'm in California. I feel like I chilled out like a lot out here. So I'm just like, I
Oh
feel like I've
really?
lost some of that Texan side, unfortunately. So, you got the,
So you ready to California and be like, "You seem like you're not from around here."
I know, like I'm trying to keep my Texan roots so much, but you got the weed that's legal here, and then you got the nice weather out here. And I'm like, I understand. I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, exactly.
Man, it's like I was like, yeah, I was like, do you have to smoke to like get to like this point? I like it feels like it's just like natural, just boom, boom, boom. Like I feel like other people might have
Okay.
to smoke to like get to like this level. I've always actually wondered about this, especially like the more I keep watching like anime and like other content, like Adult
Hmm.
Swim stuff. I'm like, do these guys take drugs
Yeah.
to sort of get to this point, or are they just naturally just funny like this?
Nah, Adult Swim. I think it's a hybrid of both. Cause
Mm-hmm.
me, I don't smoke, but
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
uh,
impressive. That's real
some
good.
people, yeah, it's nothing wrong because it just has the wrong effect on me. I get too paranoid. I think
Ah, yeah,
my brain
yeah.
already overstimulated. But the thing about it is that it has a different effect on everybody. But at Adult Swim, man, when I visited, it felt like everybody was high. Like everybody was like, oh, this is cool here, because like everybody's like laid back and chill. I feel like everybody just lit, like it's a joint going around here somewhere that's being passed around. I just haven't seen it.
Just smell
Like
the skunk.
it's somewhere in the building.
Uh,
So, like I ain't smell it today. And I just do like everybody's attitude. Everybody's so cool. Like everybody's cool as fuck.
that's what's
So
up.
like it was just so like I know that they real chill there, and I know that they I mean I ain't saying nobody smoke for real. I don't know, but like
Mm-hmm.
I said, it's laid back. I can see why people would assume they might, or people there might, but I mean shit. I think everybody does at this point.
Yeah,
It's
right.
more shine on somebody that
It
don't.
really
So
feels like
yeah,
everyone does
so
to this point, but hey, like if you
yeah,
don't, like that's why I'm always like, wow, more power to you. Like, especially like when like I'm a big anime fan, right? And
yeah.
like their stuff, I feel like goes crazy. Like, and I'm like, you guys don't do any drugs to do this? Like, I would never have imagined any of this stuff ever. Then again, maybe I'm just too normal of a guy. I don't know. Maybe I haven't taken enough drugs yet to get to that level. I don't know. But yeah, like I'm always like in awe of like people like who can just sort of take situations and just just like go way out there.
I think the biggest thing about it is to not allow your imagination to grow up. About I think that's what a lot of people do. People get allow themselves to still imagine. Like when you used to be younger and play with your toys, we all stopped playing with toys at one point. But you got to make sure that you still keep that creative part of your brain, and keep it even if you don't use it constantly or use it somewhere else, then it's gonna still like get stronger and stronger like a regular muscle, like because that's you making up stories and stuff. And I mean it blows my mind when I talk to people sometimes, and they can't remember being a kid. And I'm like,
Mm.
wow, bro, that's like a big part of your life. So how you how you even got here? Like, what the
You're
fuck?
right. Just all of a sudden,
But it's a
boom.
lot of people like that.
Wow.
And but it's like they trade their because I mean being creative is just like to me it's just like it's just like a spawn of imagination. Like you just got you imagine, and some people decide to try to make their imaginations or share their imagination with you, and they find a way to present it. So that's really what I think artists are doing when they create. So they just showing like, let me put my imagination on this piece of paper so you can see what I thought,
Wow.
and so that's how it comes across to me.
This is a straight
So
up masterclass, and I'm just so in awe of like what you're saying. I'm like, wow, I never would have ever thought really about that, I guess, but I like that, you know. I guess it's just try to bring in like
yeah,
that inner child and that creativity out, right? Or
exactly.
wow. That's
Yeah, the inner
impressive.
child, like, yeah, the child's mind is, man, that's it's an amazing place because you got to think, especially when you're a kid, everything's brand new. So until you learn how something works, if you're looking at something that's crazy that you've never seen before in your life, you're gonna try to analyze how it works, and you might come up with a whole way of how it worked in your head by mistake, and it's the absolute wrong way. And but it was a creative way to think of it. When somebody comes corrects you, and now you just thinking on that course only. But you can't forget the crazy shit you thought of first. Like,
Mm.
imagine if somebody forgot the story of how kids are made and stop telling babies are storks and shit. It's like that's
Uh-huh.
like somebody made that shit up. You know what I'm
That's
saying? So
true. It's like where'd that come from, right?
yeah, like where the hell that came? Like storks out of all the
Of
damn
all
ways.
animals, right? That could bring your baby. Stork did. Right? I don't think I've
Fucking
even seen a
stork.
stork outside of a zoo.
Yeah, like what the hell? Like a fucking stork carrying a big ass egg with a baby in it and then dropping it down your fireplace. First of all that shit's unsafe.
You're right. I didn't even think about the safety aspect. I'm just sort of like, I don't even know like how it's coming through, but okay, yeah, right.
I don't even understand how they came up with that metaphor. I think it was
Facts.
like motherfuckers.
Right? It's like, and I gotta look that up in a little bit. I'm gonna find that out later on.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
man, you know, I like that because especially like thinking about like these cartoons. Like I'm actually happy that you used the cartoons and like the Muppets and just like so many childhood aspects, and then like have like sort of like transported it to like today's humor, but like it doesn't feel. It feels really like as if these Muppets or like these comic book characters would have said these things, you know, just if they were like more inhibited, I guess, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All
And
right.
now I'm just even going through my head is like, man, like I've had like, I remember the freaking Grinch story, like killed me.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
all the Christmas episodes. I remember the Muppets with the sweater, the
Yeah,
portal,
yeah.
that one killed me. You know, shoot, like, like, do you have
Porter
like
owed me some money. I know I helped their sales go up. What you say?
I'm saying, bro, these people need to sponsor you. Like, in fact, I actually even follow like
Yeah,
that pizza company, and 'cause I was like, I need
yeah.
them, I need them to win, so you keep winning, because like seriously, like I didn't even know what a portal was until like that episode. I was like, yeah, this isn't worth a
Yeah.
sweater, you know, like or you know, like this pizza company. I was like, I'm just gonna follow them. Maybe if I'm ever in Houston, I'm gonna go buy from them first, you know,
Yeah,
but.
yeah.
And like seriously, it makes me even think about like Long Beach Griffey, like with the new advertisements that he's been doing
Yeah,
for
he's
like
funny
the
as hell.
Manscape, you know, and then
Oh, he does the manscape?
but like his Manscape videos like are just so like real, you know, like they're exactly like his videos and like his other videos, and it's funny. Like it's like okay, like I trust it that they let you have a creative freedom to do this. I guess like how hard is it like
Yeah.
working with sponsors like with that? Like do you get to have that creative freedom a lot? You know, like it seems real
Um,
hard.
it can be, but what I tell like people who want to work with me or do any kind of sponsorships or anything, I kind of make a cut and dry at the beginning. I'm like, look, this I'm not because I keep it's about the integrity for the people who help me get in front of you. So like you're trying to tap into the fan base that or the community that's built around my content. You can't try to come and change anything I'm doing. You gotta allow me to have my own process, and it really comes to cut and dry. Like, look, these things are gonna not change, So if you feel uncomfortable with any of this, then you need to turn away right now,
Yeah.
and it's fine. Like I said, because like it's gonna be a point in time where I say nigga, and nigga is just the funniest word to say in this point.
It
And some
really is.
people,
Like I was like, I don't blame white people for wanting to say it, but I'm like, yeah, you guys can't say it, you know?
yeah, you just gotta accept that's
E-
it's not something you.
Exactly, right? Like this is
But
our
now,
word for like a reason, you know?
exactly. And then not only that, I understand like I dial sometimes I dial it back, but some like it's and I understand that because I learned this from like a bit of people with bigger fan bases than mine, and they were telling me how to expand yourself, and I definitely understand that. And but at the same time, it's just sometimes where you gotta I just be like, the shit's just too fucking funny to sacrifice right now. Like, and it's just being me sometimes. Like, so, you don't want to completely change, but I can understand not saying it every other sentence.
Yeah. Even then, right?
But
But yeah.
yeah, that's definitely.
Oh no, no, go ahead. Continue. Yeah.
No, no, I'm saying I definitely understand it. But now, as far as with sponsors, they just like if they want to work with me, you know what I'm saying? They just have to really kind of accept my creative process. Because I mean, it'd be stupid for any sponsor to try to make you change, and your actual stuff is working. So if you want me to tap into these people to trust your product, you should trust me
That's
because they trust me. Like if I
that's
come in there and I start acting completely different, they're gonna be like, the fuck going on with you? And
right.
they ain't gonna want to hear none of this shit. They want to
It's
hear shit
true.
you talk about. Yeah, so
I sort of wish
that's
that
that's
more
how
companies would get on board with that, you know? It's just so like they're always so afraid of like ever cursing or doing anything that's improv. Then again,
yeah.
I guess maybe cancel culture. I don't know. But I think it's a bummer like that. Like we're not yet to that point like where like we're using like the funniest guys, you know? I
Yeah.
can't wait to see more
I
ads,
think
honestly, from you and like from Griffey and from others, you know, that sort
oh
of toe that
yeah.
line. Hmm.
I think they're coming across more because they see that like I mean, if you're not spewing hate or it's really about the energy what you're doing behind it, like you ain't gonna ever see Griffey on here like setting up saying like alienating a group of people or making people feel less than what they are
Hmm.
or doing anything that's hate driven, and you won't ever see me doing anything like that. So like it's when people realize that the people who's making this content are actually good people, this just happen to be how they talk, and if you're not like trying to promote a Kirk Franklin album, I really don't see like what the I mean, I can understand if it's like
Right. Some
if it's
Christian.
like
Yeah.
yeah, like or straight or strictly for kids. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like my thing is like I want to make childhood grown. I want to fuck up childhoods as a grown. Like I want to do a bunch of stuff. I want to make a kids books for adults. I want to do a bunch of
Yes.
fucked up shit. Like in
Oh
my
man,
kids
I'm ready
books.
for it.
Yeah, like that's one of my next things I want to get into, like just straight up kids books. People will actually get those books, and then imagine the audibles for them. Like this gonna be fucking hilarious.
Oh
Like it's
man.
like
Oh
just like because we still need stories. Why we can't have like kids books and shit? Like we sometimes like you want a book with pictures. Like ain't nothing wrong with
facts. You know,
that.
I'm so happy you're saying this because I'm like, you know, don't get me wrong, I like reading, but you know, I'm like,
Yeah.
do I gotta read business books? You know, I like pictures too. This is great. I'm so hyped for that. Whenever that Kickstarter comes out, I'm on that or whatever way that you put that out. Let me get that first book.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
right there with. Oh, that's a hype idea. I was about to ask you about your voices. You know, like so you do all the voices like on like these videos, right? Like, do you have a
Yeah. The only
favorite
time
voice? Yeah, was that?
um Man, a favorite voice. I don't think I got one. I think I know people's favorites. But I don't think I got a particular one. Cause to me, like it's crazy because sometimes I don't know. Well, my basic voices I do because I'm really the ones you hear constantly. That's me testing out specific character
Mhm.
elements for my original show. So like
Mm.
if you hear like bro, like what the fuck going on? Like that nigga, that motherfucker, he is a favorite. So like that's me. Like every time you hear that voice, same voice that's kind of like with Spider-Man right now.
Yes.
It's I'm also always staying true to like what I think this kind of character or that voice, what he represents, what kind of stuff he would do and how he would respond. So, and it's me really testing out the real character that will be in the real show. The
Ooh.
chick's voice, even though like if it when I with the show, like it's gonna be one girl with the voice,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying. But I test out the voice on like every chick because
Yeah.
I mean it's funny. It's like it's a funny kind of joke behind that, but I don't want to sound like a misogynist, but it's just because it's just a joke.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just funny like that all the girls always sound the same.
Yeah.
So that's just, it's just unless they like older and shit. But that's just a joke. But like on the real, I'm just testing that those attributes out with her. And then you might have like the voice that used to always use the same voice that would be like off screen commenting like, what the hell going on? Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like that voice, I'm testing. Like it's just if you hear the same voices constantly, it's for a reason. Like I know I could do other stuff. And sometimes I don't know I could do other stuff because sometimes I'll make a voice and be like, oh shit, I didn't know I could do that voice until
Wow.
after the fact. So like because it's really about hearing it and then you playing around and stuff. But like you it's just really testing out the characters and so when I put them in their actual vessels for the actual show, that people already be familiar and I already chose all the best characters because everybody already knows them.
I'm hyped. I'm so excited for this show whenever it comes out. Like that's, I mean, because I like these voices a lot. They crack me up, like just in themselves, and like they do feel like
Yeah,
characters. Like the voices is like, okay, this voice is gonna be this character type of guy, right? You know,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
and like I think it's like been brilliant, like how you've done these voices and like just sort of like it's sort of like you sort of like know what to expect, but also you don't know what to expect because like it's just like way out
Thank
there. Like I love how these videos like start like sort of like normal and then they just go crazy
you.
by the end, you know, and like it's
Yeah,
something brilliant, I think, you know.
I
Um
appreciate it, man.
Man, you know, I've been also asking you like a bunch of favorite questions for sure, but I got a few more. Do you have like a favorite like superhero, and then also like a favorite cartoon, like old school cartoon, like especially like now you're using, I see like the Chip and Dale like cartoons from '90, but then also like
I
the
used to like
'60s,
Chip
like
and Dale.
Rocky and Bullwinkle type of stuff.
Like I wasn't like sometimes I wasn't man, I just used to love cartoons, man. Like when I was younger. That's what I didn't want to watch that shit. I'm pretty sure a lot of kids is like that, but I used to love like whatever if it was drawn and animated, I wanted to watch that shit. Like
Hey,
I'm not the same no more, but back then that's and I always loved superheroes. My dad was a blurred and so
hey,
it kind of got passed down to me. He had a huge comic book collection I used to go
ooh,
through.
cool dad. I wish I had a
And
cool dad.
yeah, he had a trunk of comic books that he had when I remember seeing when I was real little. But something happened when we moved and they got damaged. But he still had this whole closet of other comic books, mainly Spider-Man. So
Ooh.
when I was younger, I used to love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is like hands down favorite. I still like him a lot. But as I got older, you know, like I kind of gravitate more to like a Deadpool. And the reason like I do that is because I don't understand why villains keep living. Like I'm not finna keep putting you in jail, bro, and then you keep getting out. And all these Batman, Superman, they all got this dumbass code. Like these
Thank you.
motherfuckers, you
I'm glad you're
kill
saying this because
somebody,
I'm like, yo, what
yeah,
the
like
hell?
yeah, motherfuckers getting clapped up. Like I'm not finna like ain't nobody coming back. Like I'm a vigilante, I'm gonna be a vigilante. Like everybody's getting murdered. If you murdered somebody, you getting murdered. I ain't finna fuck you up because you jaywalked or no shit like that. Like
Right?
I don't care about none of that shit. But like if you out here like the villains they dealing with trying to kill the whole city and shit, then killed your homeboy, then killed your uncle, then killed your parents, and y'all still up here talking about I have to do the right thing and put them
Right?
shut the fuck up. Like get
Thank
the hell out of here,
you.
that bullshit.
Thank you.
Trash.
I've always wondered that. I was like, aren't you just as bad for like not getting rid of this guy at this point? Like
Mm-hmm.
I like like I remember like thinking about one Batman movie, and then like Joker was in the jail and he killed all the police officers, like just cut their throats with some pencil or something like that. And I was like, yo,
Batman is the
Batman,
worst.
it has to be a time you
Mhm.
gotta just like eventually just be like, okay, you gotta go. You know, I don't
He
understand the
come up
code.
with excuse. He comes up with an excuse every time. Batman, I can't do it because then I'll be just like him. And then when I start, I won't
Yes,
stop. Ain't nobody said you had to stop. If you killing bad motherfuckers, keep killing their ass. Like
facts.
Joker could have been fucking dead. All that blood is on your hands, bro. Like you keep fucking like letting this dude get the fuck back out and do the same shit. At this
Same
point,
shit, worse shit.
it's yeah, like it's your fault. And on top of that, like you want this to keep happening because you want a reason to keep fighting crime. Because low key, he a fucking narcissist. He was fucking Batman. Like that's what they
Dang.
problem is. He just wants a reason to seem important. But if he killed like his most important people, like I don't remember the Penguin fucking nobody up and killing people. Joker kills somebody every time he get out. First
Every
five
time.
minutes. Man, fuck that man.
You're
You
all
asshole.
right. I'm so happy you said that because like I sometimes be feeling like I'm crazy when I'm like, why doesn't he
Nah.
just kill him, right? Or I mean,
Yeah, and it's really because they for kids. Like Superman, like that ass, like and Superman's a stupid character sometimes too. Cause like think about this, like an alien comes from another planet, grows up amongst humans. First of all, your costume is trash. Like you putting on glasses to fucking pretend you're one of us. And we think we
right?
can't see your ass. We think we can't see your ass, bro. Like you wearing fucking glasses. We can see your ass right
Right?
there. You're obviously right there. So you come here, your job is to keep saving us. You don't think a super alien is not going to get upset when humans at one point and just take this shit over? That's the real story. That's what he would do. He would not keep saving us for his whole life. He would say, okay, I'm going to put order on Earth. That's what Superman would do.
Ooh.
So like it's trash. Like I know they
That would be a
got
good
offshoot
storyline, actually. I'd
stories.
like to see that.
I think they do got some stuff like actually the Injustice game when the Joker kills Lois Lane or whatever,
Oh,
then he kind of starts acting like that.
all right.
Like, but it shouldn't take that. You should just be like, all right, after like a year and a half, be like, you know what, fuck this. Like y'all tripping.
Right?
Like, right?
I need
Superman was on Earth
facts.
right now. And Superman was real in 2020, all of us would be on like lockdown and
Eh,
quarantine, like all that shit.
Right? He's like, he hears somebody like walk outside the door. He's like, hey, you better
Yeah,
get back
what you
inside the
doing?
house, right?
That's
Oh,
real. So like, yeah, like I like Deadpool because like he kind of like the most realistic out of everybody as far even though it's outrageous stuff. Like it's like as far as like he's aware he's a cartoon also, and then so I mean I kind of make some more reckless. But yeah, man, like as far as like, man, I don't think I have a specific favorite cartoon.
mm,
I could say one that's been consistent that I still watch to this moment that I've been watching since I was little
mm.
up until now is that's still funny to this moment is South Park.
South Park, yeah. So, oh man, I can't wait for
Yeah,
that.
so
That new special that's supposed to be coming out later on too, right?
oh they got a spec. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
like,
keep
it's
up
supposed
with
to be coming out.
how it's
I just heard about this like on Twitter. Like they're coming out with an hour-long special on the 30th of September. So
oh I gotta check that out.
about to be
I know they
fire, I
about to
bet.
they about to go in on something,
Hmm.
especially this year.
Like, this year has
Ain't
been
no telling.
too crazy. Like I don't even
Yeah,
know like how we had gone so long without a South Park thing.
mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah, that's yeah, I'll look that up.
man, like, but you know, like this has been an honor, honestly, to talk to you. Like, I mean, I feel like I was just expecting like just to get hype about, like with you about like just your stuff, but like, I mean, I feel like I've learned quite a bit about like just even like writing and like making content. You know, like this is tight.
You
Like, I'm definitely taking this like to the bank with this, and
man,
I'm
I appreciate it, man. Like it's nothing, man. Like I my biggest thing is create to like if I want people to be creative because there's a lot of people that's creative and they don't get to show how creative they are and or they think it's just so out of reach because I know because I've been there, I've been through all that, but it's really not. You just gotta like a lot of times we are our own worst enemy and we let outside sources come in and and pollute us and tell us what we're capable of and things. But sometimes you just gotta just shut all that shit down and do it. And once you start doing it, it'll start taking off, especially when you do it because it's something you love, not for you do it eventually. Like the money go come if you good, but you do it because you love. You go get good because you love it, and then the money go come. Like you don't gotta try to force it. And people who try to come and try to do something because they see it's a quick way to cash in on something. They are the ones who usually are going to get the frustrated easiest and the most, because they weren't here for the right reason in the first place.
That makes
sense.
And
people can see that.
I like that. Like, just be truly genuine like that. And like your stuff like has been like genuinely like the funniest stuff. Like and also I'm trying to be as genuine as possible. Like your stuff like has been like my favorite stuff throughout. It's like ever since I found it, and like I'm rooting for you so much, you know. Like I definitely can't wait until like you're really that Godfather level, you know. Like right now, like every time you come out with something else, I'm always excited, and I can't wait until like everybody else is like really on that tip, you know.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it a lot, man. It's real talk. And I also appreciate you knowing how to pronounce my name correctly, because a lot of people call me Ace Vane and stuff. And I'll be like, bro, you see the big ass E on the end of that shit?
I was like, wait, how do people pronounce it otherwise?
Yeah, Ace Vane. I'm like, whoa, motherfuckers can't read out this bitch. But I'm just fucking around. Like,
I was like, wait.
Yeah, that shit. That's it's just something I noticed recently. But man, real talk, man. I notice everybody who's consistently supporting. I'm not blind to anything. I read my comments. I look at anybody sharing my stuff. You know, like any way I can support anybody who's supporting me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I pay attention to who's supporting. I could tell who, when people just come through and be like, yeah, let me do it. Like, I know the difference. So, but anybody who's really supporting me and I see them trying to do something, I'm always for that. Man. That's real talk, because it's the feeling mutual, man. I wouldn't be, if it wasn't for people like you sharing my stuff or inviting me to do interviews and things like that, my shit would be just falling. It would just be where it's at. You know what I'm saying? So it's never no problem.
I can't let that be. You know, like I've honestly like it. Like I love it so much that like it's personal. Like where I want this thing to succeed. You know, like I'm like it's just that good to me, and just I think the world needs to see this stuff, and I can't wait for like the TV show, books, all that. You know, you got me so hyped up right now. I'm gonna be there.
Oh yeah,
to purchase for sure. You know, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah,
like,
man, I'm working. I'm gonna make sure all of it happen. I'm working on everything now. And that's a lot of other stuff I'm working on too. Like I try to make sure the online is engaged as well. But like when I'm not online, that's the stuff I'm working on.
Man,
so
please.
Definitely gonna make sure all this happen.
Please.
And like because I got people like you supporting me, man. Like I already feel like I can't slow down, because like I said, y'all watching, so I ain't never taking that for granted.
Hey, you know, also if you gotta take your breaks, feel free for sure. You know, it's like heavy times, but at the same time, like definitely like let me give you whatever energy I got, because you know, like this is some great content that people need to see, and I'll be making sure I'll be sharing this as much as I can. Just trying to like make sure that people get to know more about you through whatever efforts I got. But you know, honestly, keep doing what you're doing. It's amazing. I can't wait until like all these new projects come out and until you're like all the way blown up. But you know, like please keep it going. Thank you so much for being on this podcast. Any last words that you would like to say? Because I mean, you know, also like where people can find you or what they should be looking out for, you know, whatever else you like to say.
You can find me anywhere on any social media. Just type in Ace Vane. I'm more than likely there. So I try to get my name on all the social media things before somebody else grab it now. So
smart.
Even if I don't be active on there, I should have a profile if you want to follow me on your favorite one, on whatever favorite social media thing you have. And if you want to verify if it's me, just ask me on Instagram. Usually, if I see like I get a lot of DMs, so I'll make sure I check though to see if somebody talking to me. But like, man, yeah, man, I'm just gonna keep working. I don't really like have nothing specifically. Like, yeah, go check out the music too. Ace Vane, everywhere you listen to music, it'll pop up.
iTunes, Spotify.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everywhere. It's everywhere.
I love it.
So, and then subscribe to the YouTube as well. And you know, I'm also got this company coming out called Dye Brows. Is where girls can get their eyebrows dyed any color they want.
Okay.
I'm lying, bro. I'm lying.
I was like that. I mean, I was like, maybe that's like really the new trend right there. You know, they be dyeing their hair. They need to match.
Dye their eyebrows. Eyebrows. Coming
Boom.
soon. And you get down on the ground floor, man. Like I said, I'm gonna send you over the paperwork and stuff. So, you know,
I'm with it. I'm with it. Let's make it happen, right? And thank you so much. It's a true honor that you got on the podcast. You know, this whole week I was just trying to chill out, you know, not geek out too much, you know. But yeah, seriously, like I tried to geek out to like too many celebrities, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, Ace Vane's. I was trying to tell only a few people. I'm like, okay, Ace Vane's coming. Like, that'd be cool. What should I ask? I mean, there's questions I know I forgot to ask too, but at the same time, you know, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Man, likewise, man.
Thank
you.
Good. It means a lot. It means a ton that we got to have this talk, you know. So, and I hope to talk to you again soon. You know, I mean, I gotta get like dread tips from you in the future. You know, beard tips in the future. You know, I was like, man, this beard is like is popping. You know, but you know, it's a true honor. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. And thank you for listening to the podcast. If you listen to it all the way, watched it all the way, you know, it means a lot that people have stuck it out with us so long, and we intend to keep on going. Anything else I'd like to say? Follow us wherever, you know, we are. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. And then, yeah, stay dope as always. Peace.